Lloyd grew up on a small farm with a garage divided in half with a wall in the middle. One half was for eating and the other was for bed. They were very poor and raised their own animals. My grandpa and his siblings always had chores to be done. He had 4 brothers and 1 sister. Each sibling had their portion of chores that they each had to do every single day. His parents were mixed up, as my grandpa would say. His dad was an alcoholic, his mom was innocent but not very intelligent. His dad was very violent. His dad had such a bad outrage that he put my grandpa in the hospital for 1 month because of his outrage. As time went on, his dad got sick and was diagnosed with tuberculosis. He was put in the hospital and quarantined so nobody else could get his disease. Lloyd said, "My mom went wild with freedom." His mom would leave him and all his siblings at home to live on their own and make dinner at ages 4 and 5 years old. The neighbors turned his mom in for doing all the things she did to him and his brothers and sister. When his mom got taken, him and all his siblings were all sent to an orphanage. Then they went to foster homes. When he was about 11 years old, his aunt and uncle took him in and raised him. He said, "After that, my life was completely turned around." My grandpa stayed with his aunt and uncle until he graduated high school. After high school, he bought himself a duplex. After he bought his duplex, he met who is now my grandma. He met my grandma through his friend Bob at numerous parties, and they would hang out together. Lloyd said, "We were buddies. She would be wherever Bob would be because she was living at home." He met my grandma when she was 15 years old. They went out with each other for 3 years, and then they got married and stayed married for 12 years. My grandpa lost his brother at the age of 23 due to diabetes. My grandpa and that brother were fairly close, so when he died, it shook him up just a little bit. If it was not for his aunt and uncle, he would have followed in his father's footsteps and became a psycho. My grandpa thought that his bad boy brother was pretty cool because of all the stuff that he did. However, his aunt and uncle were very strict and did not let any of that go by. With his aunt and uncle making sure he made the right decisions, it calmed him down, he said, and he did not become crazy. Lloyd said, "Thank God for them, because if it wasn't for my aunt and uncle, I would have ended up like my other brother." When his other brother got out of prison, he was very ill. My grandpa's brother only ended up lasting for about 2 more months. His youngest brother was born with diabetes. When his brother died, the doctor said that a typical lifespan of a person was about 23 years. Lloyd said, "They nailed it right on the head, because that was when my grandpa's brother died, at age 23. He said, "Back in the years of yesteryears, after my grandpa's divorce, he never involved himself because he never felt the need to marry and never saw the point." Lloyd said with confidence, "And that's the way the cookie crumbles."